Pirouette window shading. And what I have here in front of you is a Pirouette EasyRise. And what I want to be able to do today is just show you how simple it would be to change a Pirouette EasyRise to a PowerRise shade. So we're going to go ahead here and knock the end cap off of the shade. Top and bottom here, come down to the front here, give it a little pop, gently knock the front out. Got this clear guy here that the cords go through. Pull him out. And I want to try and keep the internal stuff here, the tube and stuff, into the limit on the other end. I don't really want to go pulling this out and moving it around or anything. There's a what's going on inside the headrail video if you choose to see that. I'm going to now bring in my motorized components here. And here I have the motor. The motor's a little different than some of the other products that we see because the end cap does not contain the motor board in it. So the motor board and all the information is on the back side of the shading. So this has to go into the shading. Plugs in with these little plugs here on the end. These are a little different than the other products here. I've got these plugs here. This plug here, they won't fit into each other. So the small plug goes in the small hole, the big plug goes in the big hole. This is going to be around the back of the shade and plug in. So this shade here has a motor that's going to actually line up and be the same color for EasyRise. This is an upgrade motor in that it has the spacing here for the clutch side of the shade. The EasyRise clutch adds a little bit to the dimensionality of this. It takes up space. So I've got to space the rotator tube over. A regular PowerRise shade wouldn't have this collar on here because it only takes 3/16 off of the edge gaps are only 3/16 on each side. So this is to accommodate the space that clutch had in it. The motor assembly here is just held together by these two tabs. The tapes that go to the receiver high are double stick taped to the end cap here. And I'm going to go ahead and put these components into my shade. I've got basically three components that have to go into the shade. I've got the battery wand retainer here. I can put it in and slide it in on the side here. At this point, I'm going to show it going in on the side. Just going to slide it onto the feature here of the rail, and it can just slide in very easily. Slide it in that way. That guy's on there. Now if I wanted to, and this broke off in the field or something, I could get another one and simply rock it into place. Hold that guy up, put the front feature on, and then rock it onto the back. And that I can get that guy back on there without removing an end cap or anything. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the motor controller in. And these two features here of the back cover, just hold it in place, slide that guy in. I'm not going to lock it down with my locking screw just yet. I'm going to get it plugged into the end cap here, and then we'll lock it down. The motor and the end cap here, we're going to bring it on in. Again, I'm holding everything in place while I'm doing this. I'm leaving it lay on the table. I wouldn't necessarily aim it up into a camera while I was in the home. The motor has the driver here that fits into the tube. Fit the driver in. Now I've got to kind of line up this end cap. I've got several things going on. I've got to line this feature up here. I've got to line this feature up here into the notch here. But I want to take my idler here and line it up with the ridge of the rail there. So this fabric feature here fits into the groove here of the rotator. I'm just going to line those guys up. I'm using a millwright scribe, something long and skinny, to just line that guy up so it can slide in there. And then it's like every other product we have. I'm trying to get that guy in the tube while lining up the end cap. And that went pretty well. Give it a little tap, tap it into place. And I've just added my motor to my EasyRise Pirouette shade. I've now got a PowerRise Pirouette shade. But I'm not done yet. I've got to bring this guy over here, and I kind of have to lift up on the back cover. Now everything's held together by the end cap, so I'm okay doing this. Lift up the back cover here, attach the wires into the motor controller. So one's the receiver eye and button coming into the motor controller, one's power going out to the motor. Make sure those guys are plugged in. Now I can go ahead and locate my motor board, the controller here. Just going to lock him into place. The power connection's the same as it is for all of the PowerRise line. When I come in, I'm going to bring this guy in here, put the weight to the outside of the home, plug in my power, and voila. PowerRise with platinum technology on what was a Pirouette EasyRise shade.